Many times in life, we come across people who are very simple, who appear very normal, and they don't appear to be doing something which has so much strength, which has so much positivity, and which has a lot to do with uplifting the society. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Shrishti. And the guest today is someone who has lot of things, lot of insights, which can give all of us a purpose-driven positivity. She had a passion for teaching since childhood, and no obstacle could stop her from pursuing this passion, whether it were the remote areas where there was not even running water. There was no one that could come up and say that I want to learn. Yet she did not leave her passion. With time, this skill or this interest of hers helped her heal and grow through all the challenges that life had to throw at her. She is Uma Natraj, ma'am. She's a Toastmaster from Mysore, and a lot of things to add to her accolades, actually. She is a trainer for IELTS. She has taught in London School of Speech, in Sainik School. And today she's doing something which is totally for the upliftment of society. She's working with tribal children. She is helping them understand that there is growth, there is hope for growth. And she's not just giving this hope, she's actually taking action to facilitate this, to let this happen. So join me in welcoming our very sweet and very impactful guest on Shrishti today, Uma Natraj, ma'am. Thank you. With, I would first of all extend my warm welcome to you on this platform. And
Thank you so much.
please help us know a little bit about your journey. How has your, journey been shaped with your experiences?
Yeah, it all started with my teaching career way back, maybe 35 years back. I did my B.Ed and I always
Okay.
wanted to teach. So that seed was sown that time. And I remember during my childhood, I always used to play the teacher-teacher game. And uh,
Okay.
and my mother always said, like after BSc, I didn't know what to do. And she said, why don't you take up the teaching profession and why don't you do B.Ed? And that's how I joined and I completed within a year. It was a 1 year course. And after
Okay.
that, I worked for a year in Bangalore and then got married. So my
Okay.
husband didn't want me to work, but I
Okay.
had all the what do you say, intense thirst to share my knowledge with others. And my
Mm-hmm.
husband's was a transferable job. He was
Okay.
working for a bank, and then we had to
Mm-hmm.
move once in 2 years, 3 years to different places, to
Mm-hmm.
semi-urban centers, rural places, and
Right.
not big cities. So it
Mm-hmm.
so happened that wherever I was, there were people who wanted to learn English. And I thought, why not teach the housewives, children English? And it started like that. And that's how I, what do you say, diverted my thirst for sharing whatever I knew to people around me. I started conducting some events. I coordinated those events, then started teaching, and I involved myself with whatever I can. Yeah, that's
Wonderful.
how it started.
So it started since childhood only. The real seed was sown during your childhood itself.
Yes, yes.
Great, great. So, was there any particular moment where you decided to, change? Like you got married, you stopped working, and then was there any particular moment or incident when where you felt that no, I should go ahead with what I want to do?
There was no such real moment, I should say. I just
Mhm.
kept on doing the regular stuff. Like
Okay.
wherever I was, I used to involve in the what do you say, ladies' club. And
Mm-hmm.
there I used to engage the ladies in learning English. And
Right.
then after I came to Bangalore, I joined this London School of Speech, and there also I started teaching. And in between, when my son was maybe in the fifth standard, I joined Bijapur Sainik School, and there also I
Okay.
taught for 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
that, what do you say, to share knowledge, that thirst was always there. It never left me, but I didn't do it as a service. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought I should give back to the society sometime. But
Right.
that opportunity came much later.
Okay. But wherever during the journey, wherever you found opportunity,
I
you
made
held
use of
on
it.
to your desire to teach.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So now, because like you rightly said that you did not see it as a service then, now do you see this passion of yours as healing or as an expression or a service?
Yeah, now I get the meaning. Like, I faced a lot of challenges in life from the past. Maybe if I look back, the past 4 years has been very challenging for me. I lost my loved ones, one after the other. My mother, my father, my dear son, my loving husband. And I didn't know how to come out of it. I took
Mm-hmm.
time to grieve like everyone. I asked why me. And then I thought, am I just going to exist or am I going to live? That was the question I asked myself. And then I
Mm-hmm.
thought I should move forward because everyone has challenges in life, and it has happened to me also, but a little more. And it took some time for me to come out of it. I thought I should do some things which I love, and teaching came in my mind because I was always passionate about teaching. And then I loved traveling also, and I
Mm-hmm.
loved connecting with people. So I linked everything, and then I thought I should give back to the society. And slowly that thirst for knowledge turned into service. So I associated myself with an NGO, and I'm working with tribal children, and I teach them spoken English every week. So that
Wow.
gave me a lot of happiness. When I started seeing happiness in others' faces, I started forgetting my worries. I think that is the best thing you have to do. When you see, when you make others happy, you become happy, right? So,
Right, right. And
yeah,
it takes commendable strength to actually pull yourself up because, like you rightly said, we question ourselves, why me? And then to pull yourself out from that to actually serving others and making them happy to get your happiness, it's a really commendable thing to do. So, hats off to you for that. Uh,
thank you.
So if I can ask you, where did you find that strength coming? Like, was it you did introspection, or how did you find that strength coming from within?
I think I completely surrendered to whatever happened. I
Mm-hmm.
started accepting whatever happened because when you resist, you can't move
Mm-hmm.
forward. I started
Right.
accepting. I went into spirituality. I
Mm-hmm.
just got into touch with a few spiritual people who gave
Mm-hmm.
me the answer. They said it is all happening because of some previous karma or whatever it is, whatever
Right.
actions. You can't sow an apple and get an orange. No, you
Right.
can't sow an apple seed and get an orange. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
by some activity or some action, this has come. The cause and effect is always there. So I understood that and I accepted it and said, it's okay. God has His own plans and let me accept it and move forward. And that is when that transformation happened from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It took some time, but then the transformation really happened.
Great, great. So yeah, I think acceptance and surrendering are they give a lot of strength because when
Yes.
you accept something that, like you rightly said, only then you can move ahead. You cannot resist and keep being there.
Yeah.
Great, great. So, moving further, a little bit about the overall environment that we live in, the society that we live in. Did you ever feel limited by what others expected of you?
I always felt good about myself. That is one thing I really like about myself, I should say. Because whatever others may say, I believe in myself. because every person has some unique qualities. And if you love
Absolutely.
yourself and saying, yes, I am good at this, I can do this. If you believe in
Mhm.
yourself, whatever the world may say, if you have that self love or self belief, I think nothing matters. And that belief in myself and that strong strength in myself, I always appreciate it. And I'm not bothered what others say. I like to do what I want to do, and I'm just moving ahead with that. So that has given me the strength even now to move forward in life. So I associated myself with that NGO, and I also started traveling a lot. I visited UK, USA, Europe, and a lot of places in India. And that gave me the confidence that I can travel alone and I can do whatever I want. And today, if you ask me to go to any place, even to Antarctica, I think I will go. So that is the strength a woman gets when she comes out of the comfort zone and does
Mhm.
something which she likes to. And when you start giving back to the society, you get that happiness, and you do
Right.
something unconditionally without expecting anything, no?
Mhm.
And you feel so good
Wonderful.
about yourself, and you forget all the worries, and you just completely surrender.
So we can say the real growth happens when we are internally, happy. We are
Yes, yes,
doing what we want to do and we are gaining that happiness from the core, from within,
yes.
not just outside.
And I always wear a band which says, I choose to be happy. So whenever I feel
Wow.
sad, I look at this band and I say, I choose to be happy. Because happiness
Mhm.
is your choice. It's all in the mind. If you want to be happy, you can be happy. No, it's a state of
Right.
mind. So you have to just flip. Whenever your mood goes down, I just look at this and say, I choose to be happy.
Wonderful. So I was coming to that actually, that what is it that brings you back, because we have highs and lows. So you already answered that the band is there. And very in neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, that I use for my counseling, we talk about anchoring, where we set something as an anchor. It can be an
Hmm.
action, it can be an object. So I think your anchor for bringing yourself up back is that band.
Yes, yes,
Wonderful, wonderful. And that is something which is truly doable. Like it doesn't involve too much of efforts in placing something like that to bring ourselves back.
correct.
So that's a very wonderful insight. And have you ever faced the fear, like self-doubt or a fear of judgment? Like you said that you don't, you do what you feel is right. But has it ever happened that you've been judged and you felt little low because of that? Being a woman specifically.
Hmm. I think many times people judge you based on different things, like
Mhm.
how is she able to manage alone, how is she living alone, and things like
Hmm.
that. And
Right.
but when you stand up for yourself, and when you
Mhm.
have that courage to
Mhm.
stand up and do the right thing, I think nothing will affect you, no, because you're doing things which you believe is right, and nobody has that authority to ask why is this happening or why are you doing like this, because you are anchored to what you're thinking is right, and you go ahead with that. And people log kuch bhi kahega, they keep telling whatever they want, but if you
Right.
know what you're doing is right, and if you believe that yes, you're on the right path, I think you shouldn't bother about what others say. So I don't bother. It's okay. It is their nature to judge. My nature is to believe
Yeah.
in myself.
Yeah. And I think it is more like a roadblock if we give more importance to what is coming from external, like things which are going outside. Everything
Yeah,
may not be something which can add to our growth. So it is
correct.
always good to ignore that. Great, great. So moving ahead, I have few questions. These are one-liners or one-word answer questions.
Hmm.
Little bit on the fun side
Okay.
to know you better. So, first one is, what is your one food indulgence? Something you cannot resist.
Maybe Mysore Pak.
I was about to say because that's something I think nobody can resist.
Yeah.
And you must be getting the best ones. So,
Yes.
wow. And your favorite lazy hour? What would you do in a lazy hour?
I think watch reels on Facebook
Okay.
and Instagram. Yeah,
Nice. Okay. Any expensive hobby that you have?
traveling.
Right, right. It's getting more expensive day by day.
Yeah,
But I think the return that it gives is totally worth it
definitely.
because traveling gives us
Yes,
so
yes.
much to learn.
Yeah.
Any close friend who is not in touch with you?
I can't think of any because I'm always in touch with people, and even if they don't keep in touch, I make the first move. So I don't
Great.
remember any who was
Okay.
not in touch.
The last one is one line of appreciation for that one person who has never been good to you.
Who has been good to me or never been
Who
good?
has never been good to you? One line of appreciation for that person.
Okay. You made me grow.
Great, great. Wonderful. Okay. So moving ahead with again the discussion that we were having, what pressure do you think women silently carry that people do not talk about or they do not talk about?
Men? You're asking about men?
The silent like pressure that women carry.
Women carry. Okay.
Yeah.
I think for each person, the pressure may be different. No, like
Mm-hmm.
if they are in a family situation with in-laws, uh, that may be too much for them to handle. And
Mm-hmm.
for some, the husband may not be very considerate, so that may be
Mm-hmm.
difficult to handle. And many
Yeah.
things you cannot tell out in the open, even to your what do you say, to your mother or father. You cannot tell
Mm-hmm.
because you may feel bad that they may be hurt, and you will keep it to
Mm-hmm.
yourself. No,
Right.
and unless you have a close friend with whom you can share it with, I think you just keep it to yourself, and the pressure builds, and one day it just
Right.
bursts. No,
Mm-hmm.
and then you may go into depression, and so many other things follow.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it's always better you have some close friend and you have
Mm-hmm.
connection with the social circle so that you have somebody to share with what you know, whatever feelings you have.
So, ma'am, what would be one message that you would want women to walk away with after hearing to you about about your journey, about the things that you're doing? What is that one message that you would want us to carry?
Yeah. Challenges will come. Life will throw lemons at you. Are you ready to make lemonade out of it? Is the question I want to ask to all of you. Because
Right.
life threw challenges at me and I didn't get bogged down by it. Initially, I resisted. I asked why me. But then I turned that why me to what next. And I created opportunities and I started moving my life towards service and giving back to the society. So that made me happy. And now there's no looking back. And I'm able to inspire many others, saying that yes, Uma also has had challenges, but is she not moving forward? Why can't we
Right.
take her lesson? Why can't we follow her life lesson? So I feel good that if I'm able to inspire at least one person, I'm doing something good. No? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you're inspiring many, actually. Uh, Also, if there's a woman who is feeling stuck or unseen, like, there are people who are making efforts but may not be in the right direction and they are feeling stuck. So, what advice do you have for them?
Yeah. Always when you're in a problem, there is always a solution to any problem.
Mm,
And there are people to help you. So you
mm,
have to go in seeking for help. Like you can
mm,
go for go and meet a counselor. And if
mm,
you have a good friend, ask the suggestion, what can I do? If you were in my situation, what would you do? So talk to
mm,
somebody and get help. That is the first step you have to do. First, you have to identify the problem and then say, yes, there is a problem, but there is a solution also. and you have to move towards that solution and find out who can help you and
Mm-hmm.
get out of that problem first. So don't just be with that. Try to
Mm-hmm.
see how you can get out of it.
Correct, correct. I think most of the times the problem that we face is to seek help.
Yes,
It takes a lot of effort to go and ask someone for help. But
yes,
I think that is the way we need to come out of that stuck
yeah.
phase also. Right. Right. Okay. Next is what myth about strong women would you like to break?
I didn't get you.
What is the myth about strong women? Like we have a lot of myths around strong women. So what
Okay.
is it that you would like to break today?
They say that strong women don't cry, but I feel that strong women can cry because emotions are part of men and women. And men
Right.
can also cry, women can also cry. And it is just, what do you say, a way to let down your emotion. And it doesn't mean that if you cry, you're not strong. Okay, so it is okay to cry,
Right.
it is okay to let go of your feelings, and finally what matters is how you handle that situation and how you
Mhm.
emerge as a winner. So
Right.
take time to grieve in case you have a loss, and then gather yourself and accept it and move forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this. Okay, next. I would like to understand more on like you said, you associated with an NGO, you're working for the tribal kids, you're teaching them. So tell us a little bit more about this and also about how is the response from, the people, are they actually willing to come forward and learn this? Do they see hope in learning something and growing further? So a little bit about this entire thing that you're doing, because I know that is something which is bringing a lot of mental peace to you.
Yes,
So we
yes.
would genuinely want to know more about it.
Yeah, so this NGO where I'm associated with, we have adopted a government school near
Okay.
HD Kote in
Mhm.
Mysore. And
Mhm.
along with teaching them spoken English, we are also building a residential center for the tribal children, especially for the
Okay.
tribal girls. Because all the
Okay.
parents of the tribal children, they go to the nearby coffee plantations in Coorg,
Mhm.
and they go in the
Mhm.
morning and come only in the evening. And
Mhm.
they are not bothered whether the child goes to school, whether the child
Mhm.
studies, what is the future of the child. They are not interested in that. They
Mhm.
want the child also to come to with them for the coffee plantation work and things like that. So what we
Mhm.
do is we have a coordinator who goes to that village and counsels the parents and also the children. We have an activity center there also. We have a room where all the children, this coordinator goes weekly thrice. So she brings all the children to that activity room and she teaches the basics there. And once the children learn the basics, they are brought to to the school where we have adopted. We have
Okay.
kept a car with a driver
Mhm.
to bring the children from that hamlet, small hamlet, to the village,
Mhm.
and they
Okay.
come, learn, and then go back. They are also dropped back.
Mhm.
So what we want to do is we want those girls to stay in the residential center we are building. So the
Mhm.
building will come up in another 3 4 months. The interiors have to be done. The building is almost come up. So
Okay.
it has come up only with the donations of people who have the service mind. So I used to tell people by word of mouth saying that we are doing this, and a lot of people have helped to build this center.
Great.
So I'm thankful
Mhm.
to all those people who have helped. I take this opportunity to thank them. And whoever is willing, you can contact me and contribute to for this noble cause,
Yeah.
because it is all a teamwork. It's not, it cannot be achieved by one person. So,
Right.
like many times, we don't know where to contribute. And if it is for a
Yes.
good
Yes.
cause, definitely I think it is worth it. And in the
Mhm.
future days, we want children to learn some skills also, like apart from
Mhm.
learning the basic 3 R's, they have to learn
Mhm.
some skills like computer, tailoring. So we plan to
Right.
have something in that center and also
Mhm.
give some employment to ladies also, so that they can
Mhm.
also do something and they can
Right.
take it further. And like self-help groups, So we have a lot of
Right.
ideas. I'm
Mm-hmm.
hopefully all that should come into implementation. So we want to help that village grow. And I'm sure seeing all the work that we are doing, the villagers also will support us. And they are really
Right.
feeling good that many children
Mm-hmm.
are learning and they are doing well. Many who have learned from this school have reached 10th standard. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are classes only till 7th. So after 7th,
Okay.
they have to go to the city school for
Mm-hmm.
8th, 9th, and 10th. So, and
Right.
some they drop out also in between. So now what
Mm-hmm.
we have done is we have started an open schooling system for the people who have dropped
Okay.
out, and we are
Mm-hmm.
bringing them into the mainstream. We are going to give them training so that they can
Mm-hmm.
read in their free time and then write the exam
Right.
whenever possible. In that way, they'll
Right.
be able to complete their 10th standard. So we are planning to do that also.
That's wonderful. That's like a holistic plan for the development. And I'm sure the locals will definitely support it because often we see people who are, living in the villages or below the poverty line. They don't want their kids to live the life, the hard life that they must be living. So
Yes,
they definitely would support such an initiative. And it's very good to know about people who are helping you build up that space because yes, you rightly said that we often we are very apprehensive about where to contribute because there are so many things, and in every with every good comes a bad. So there are
yes,
so many scams and everything. So to know exactly where the money is going gives a lot of confidence in putting
yes,
money there. So great, great. This is wonderful, and I'm sure I'll definitely put up your contact in this episode details so that
yes.
people can reach out to you and
Thank you so
wish you
much.
all the best with this initiative. Uh, so, towards coming towards the closure, my next question is when it comes to the definition of success. So, if I talk about Uma ma'am, who just started her life, like, after getting married or maybe getting into your adulthood, compared to that time and today, what is the definition of success to you?
Like, I remember my father telling me, life is not a bed of roses, Uma. I was 22 when I got married. And that time I just thought he's giving me some gyan or something. I didn't really know what he meant. But
Mhm.
soon after, the first year was really good because we were in Mangalore and that was a hi-fi city. Every
Right.
Sunday we used to go to beaches and then
Mhm.
temples and everything went fine. But very soon after the second year, we had to go to a rural place. And
Mhm.
there were no running taps in the house, no running water, no toilets also. So there I
Mhm.
had to face the challenges, and maybe that showed the strength in me to face the challenges that came later in my life. No doubt I
Right.
was young at that time. I could face the challenges, but the later
Mhm.
part of life, whatever challenges I faced, I think that was the start to say, yes, your life will have challenges, be ready. And I had a
Right.
miscarriage there in that village during my 6th month. And
Oh,
again, I had a miscarriage in Bangalore during my 3rd month. And my
mm,
son was born after nearly 8 years.
okay.
So he was a precious child to me. And when I lost him 3 years back, it was definitely a great loss. But then
Mhm.
life is like that. You have to accept it. And I accepted and moved forward. So I forgot your question.
Okay, so it was how did you define success then and how do you define success today?
Yeah. So success then was, I think, if, life is smooth, life is a bed of roses. That was
Mhm.
success to me. Now
Mhm.
I feel life has its bends, twists, turns, ups, and downs. Accept it and go with the flow. So that is success to me now.
And I think
Accepting
that
and
ways
yeah,
you've actually you're successfully moving ahead.
yes.
Wonderful. Uh, so coming to the signature Shrishti question that we have towards the end of this interview, I would love to go on talking to you because there's so much positivity, so much to actually gain from what you're saying. It is not easy generally. I don't know about many, but yes, the women I know or the women of my age, we get bogged down by, small things happening with us. And it is very important to get these reminders. And I think this is what keeps us going, because when we see people around us, we realize that, we are being too sensitive about what is happening to us. We
Yeah.
have the courage to go ahead. So it is lovely, but yeah, coming to the end of this interview, the last question that I have, which is the signature Shrishti question.
Mhm.
It is, if your life journey could inspire one woman to change something in her life today, what would you want her to believe about herself?
There is an inner voice in all of us which says, believe in yourself, don't give up, and keep going. So, that is the, what do you say, signature message I would like to give to all the women who are listening to me. Believe in yourself, do not give up. God loves you, you are not alone. God is always with you. So, I always repeat this. I'm not alone, God is always with me. So, I want all of you also to believe that that super energy or that universal energy is always with you to protect you. So just believe in yourself, completely surrender, go with the flow, and enjoy every moment of life, because past is history, future is a mystery, the present is a pastry. So just enjoy it.
Wow. This was nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. This really enjoyed having this conversation, because very lovely conversation. I think you are a very lovely person to talk to, and everything that you spoke of is so relatable. It's so real that life goes on, everything goes on. Just to accept and surrender. That is my key takeaway with this from this conversation. That acceptance and surrender are two important things which can really help us stay strong.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for coming on Shrishti. And I'm really, really honored to have you as my guest.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity. The pleasure is mine.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.